up, y'all? Speed loop day. So, sprinter's course, gonna try and sit in for first 20-30 minutes and then position me or Ellis for the sprint. Ellis and I rolled out separately, took completely different routes, and just rolled up on each other right before the entrance to driveway. You ready here?
Already ready.
Oh, there you go. So, coming into this race, the 3-4 race, the whole goal, like I said earlier, was to position for a sprint. Nick on my team, Phenom, ended up showing up. I didn't know if he was going to be out here since I hadn't seen him at a race in a while, but he was here, so we quickly moved the plan to do a lead out for Ellis with Nick rolling on the front, me coming in second, and Ellis going for the dub. We executed the plan extremely well, in my opinion. I was really stoked on how we worked together as a team. Didn't quite cinch it in the end, but we got really close. This was one of my first times racing out here not on the front of the race, not mixing it up or chasing much down, and it's kind of tough for me to do, but it was very easy. I think I averaged like 158 BPM throughout the race. It was like 80% of the race was in zone 2. But this is 3 laps to go. But we come around this back sweeping corner, and it seems like a lot of the time on the inside, everything kind of collapses over there just because it's the shortest line around the track. It sketches me out a bit usually, so I tend to stay out of there most of the time. Super lucky that I did that this time, Nick did that, and Ellis did that, because we all got to stay up out of this crash you're about to see. I've got a few different angles, some from David Wild, some from Jeff Walter, so shout out to those boys. Appreciate you guys sharing the footage. But this is from one of the ultraviolet dudes. It seems like they're kind of fighting to stay on this wheel, and he is told to get off his wheel. He says okay, and I'm not quite sure what happens, but the big pileup happens directly to his right. There's another angle from behind, this one from Jeff, and you can see it rolling up right there. Jeff took an amazing evasive maneuver through the grass, got hit by a bike, and then this is from Dave's camera. It's pointed kind of down, but that's fine because you see exactly what happens. Justin on Faction got the brunt of it. He got pretty beat up, but and from what I heard, a minor broken bone somewhere in the shoulder area, but glad nothing worse happened. Race incidents happen. I wasn't really involved in it, so I'll let those dudes figure it out, but glad I wasn't involved. So here we are rolling in, 2 laps to go. We are once again, I'm right by Nick, we're going up the corkscrew, and Ellis should be right behind me on my wheel. I'm pretty stoked on this positioning. We're leading into the last couple laps, and we're exactly where we need to be. The pack is all together. There's really no break off the front that is causing the field to panic and chase down. And while there aren't as many Pegasus dudes in this race as the last Saturday driveway, there still are quite a few. Some of the boys drove down from Dallas, and they showed out with a plan to do kind of the same thing that we did today. They were definitely leading out their boy Clint, and did a good job of it. So props to the Pegasus boys. We're going to stay left coming out of this bend because there is still crash cleanup. And so that's why everyone shifts over. But Nick is killing it. I'm sitting right in low tempo heart rate. We're keeping good speed. We're not getting caught behind anything, but also not really like sitting on the front. It's great positioning. I'm really happy with how he did it, really stoked. And this move starts to go. He goes to shut it down, and it's ramping up again into the corkscrew. I'm trying to keep it smooth. I want to follow everything, but I want to keep it smooth so that I know that Ellis can stay on my wheel, isn't getting dropped behind, or like anyone sweeping in and taking advantage of any gaps that might form if I just ramped it up super quick. So we come up the corkscrew. Nick is just across the track from me, so I get over to that wheel and I sit on for a second and then tell him that we're all together. I don't want him to quite go just yet, but he knows that I'm here, that Ellis is there, and that we're ready to go once we round the bend. So he starts making his way up. He's killing it. He's getting us right near the front of this pack. So we're coming out. Pegasus has their lead out train on front. Nick is a couple wheels away from me, but he is smart. He sits up, he looks around, makes sure that I'm on his wheel. I roll up and tell him that we're here, but it was perfect from him. So he starts to go, I sit on, he pulls me up around a few of these guys. Pegasus is right there on the right, and he gives me the flick. I go, I shoot out and try and pull Ellis to the front. This is a super long sprint for me, so I'm gassing myself, trying to pull him out. See someone coming around, thinking it's Ellis, and it's not. It is Space City Devo. Xavier came around, pulled the dub, and it was sick for him. Sad that we didn't get it, but here's footage from Jeff right behind Ellis in the black skin suit, me right in front of him, and Nick right there. So we're going, and Nick gives me the flick. I start to go. Ellis is right there on my wheel, and he starts to get gapped. And that dude, Xavier from Space City Devo, he shoots across to get in my wheel, comes around. Clint from Pegasus is right beside me. He has the inside line, so he gets that momentum. Xavier ends up getting first. I get third, with Clint getting second in the middle. We got Ellis announcing at the driveway. Ellis, tell him what place I got.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, I let him out, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, Ken got third.
Oh, baby.
Third, you know, Podium boys.
Yes, sir, we about to hit that pro race. Ellis gonna be announcing for me.
Yeah, you know, already got
I need that shout out, bro.
You need it? Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. That's gonna be all day. They was like, damn, does he know him?
Here we are in the pro race afterwards. Didn't have any delusions of grandeur that I was going to get a result in the pro race after putting in such an effort in the 3-4. But if it's there, I'm going to race it. We had a breakaway go in this one. Breakaways seem to go in the pro race pretty often on Speed Loop. And I think it's more because there are cohesive teams that can hold back the pack. Night Owls and Squadra were doing a great job of keeping the pack under control and not letting us bridge up to the group. Or if we were bridging, getting someone out there with the person closing the gap. So here, I thought I was on the front. I look back and I'm off the front. Not where I wanted to be, but Matt Kundo, super strong dude on Night Owls with me, and he tells me that he thinks we can catch. It's just us two. We have a huge gap. Unfortunate thing is, he is stronger than me and he is less fatigued than me since he did not do the first race. So we're working together, but my heart rate is high. I'm doing 185. That's VO2 level heart rate for me. So there's only so long I can sustain this. We're coming up the corkscrew, and yeah, I mean, I'm really gassing out. I'm doing what I can, but like I said, it is not sustainable, and I know that. So we're rolling down the hill. I try and give the pull to Matt that I can. He gets on the front, and after a little bit, I mean, I'm at 190 now, and I tell him that I don't have it. So he goes, I let him go, I sit up and wait until this second chase group catches me. I looked back and saw them coming up, so I ramped up my speed again just to get on the wheel so that I didn't just get flown past. But this group isn't working well together. Some of the dudes get on the front and pull, but then there's Squadra and there are Night Owls, so they are interrupting the chase each time. So we do eventually get reabsorbed by the pack right here. This is definitely Group 2 dynamics. There are people trying to attack out of the field constantly, but there's really no hope to catch the front brake with how strong the dudes in it are and the teamwork that their guys are deploying back here in this pack. So I kind of just sit in. There are a few gaps that I do help close or chase down because I don't want it to be a third group split. But like right here, Nick, Jeff, and Colin are chasing after a small split that just attacked. So I sit on that wheel and get pulled back up to it, do a little bit of work, but Nick really was ferrying me back up, which was nice of him. But yeah, here's that group again. Nothing really going away, and we're just a couple laps from the finish. Here, this is last lap, going down the hill, and speeds are ramping up. We're doing 35 miles an hour here. Here we are around the bend and running into the finish. These sprint positions don't matter, but I'll be damned if I'm just gonna give up on the sprint, so might as well get whatever position I can and end up just rolling in for something like 25th place out of 50 or 60, so somewhere, directly mid-pack. But super stoked that I even finished the race after the result I got in the 3-4.
Back for the first lap. We're back for the first lap. Let's go, ladies. Let's go. Make some noise, y'all. Come on, man. What are we saying? Let's go, ladies. Looking good.
Nick, how'd that pro race feel?
Surprisingly good.
You were looking good out there.
I mean, I was in the C group, but I wasn't even planning on lasting more than 20 minutes. My goal was 20 minutes.